Did you hear that? I will talk about McAfee in just a minute. What a fucking story. Yeah, we'll get into the McAfee shit in a little bit. We are going to talk about John McAfee very soon. Was the Burger King BTS meal good? You fucking blasphemer. It was McDonald's BTS meal. And it wasn't a meal, it was, I think it was 5 chicken nuggets. You'll pay 10 gift subs if I don't laugh at the angriest scammer I've ever called. Is this Jim Browning? Or is this Kit Boga? It's Kit Boga. I haven't seen this one. Oh, but he's done it. Which one's angrier? It's gotta be this one. I think I've seen this one. I don't think I've seen this one, but I'm not watching an hour and a half. I love Kit Boga though. I'm a huge fan of his content. Yeah, we can watch the Karen trailer. I've heard quite a bit about it. Did you hear the conspiracy about John McAfee? I am waiting till everyone gets here so we can talk about John McAfee. As most of you know, John McAfee and I go way back. He was on the official podcast, I believe 2 years ago now. We really got to know John McAfee. So, we will be talking about that in a moment. No, he wasn't. Why are you saying no, he wasn't? Oh, it was only a year ago. Damn, it feels like so much longer. The antivirus computer guy. Yeah, if you don't know John McAfee's story, it's gonna sound like completely made up fanfic. But his story is one of the wildest I've ever heard in the internet. John McAfee's story is one of the fucking wildest things in the world. He ran like his own private military for a little while. He fucking took over, I think it was an entire like town in Bolivia. He's been hunted by multiple governments. He talked about he was like an open book on our podcast. He talked about a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Some of it probably got us on a watch list. So the fact that he is now dead, there is a lot I'd like to speak on before we start watching YouTube videos. John McAfee's story is like something Ubisoft writers would use in a Far Cry storyline. That's a beautiful way of doing it, yeah. That's a great way of putting it. John McAfee died today. Under mysterious circumstances, to say the least. Let me pull up a couple things. I want to find a good source for this, not like some goofy ones. Because it really, like, it is a real thing. So yeah, John McAfee, it's crazy. Some of you probably don't know his name, but he made McAfee antivirus software. It was pretty much standard on every home computing device for the early 2000s, late 90s. And it was basically malware. You could never really uninstall it. If you ever had McAfee on a system, you could never get rid of it. It would always bear the scars. It was super intrusive, but it was like one of the first of its kind. He basically invented the concept of antivirus as like a third-party thing. So he made so much money from that. He became an extremely successful man, very wealthy. He eventually sold the company and wiped his hands with it and then led a life of an eccentric $100 million plus wealthy guy. You know, he was fucking girls constantly in models. He made like goofy videos like this. He had a crazy life. And he got into a lot of trouble because of it. So he would often claim that he was being hunted by the US government. In fact, I think he's still banned in the US until he recently got arrested and was okayed for extradition to the US, which brings us to today. So he recently got arrested and they okayed him to be extradited to the US. And today it was confirmed that he was killed. Well, he died in prison. And the ruling is suicide. He basically got Jeffrey Epsteined. And he constantly talked about how assassination attempts on him would go wrong. He posted pictures in the actually, let me find a couple. Like, I remember he'd post Twitter pics of him in a hospital bed talking about an assassination attempt, like, in Bolivia gone wrong. And he'd like taunt them saying like, you know, you can't kill McAfee, shit like that. So this man was, according to him, hunted across the world. So we'll have things like this. And he posts like these big tough guy things. You will soon understand the true meaning of wrath. Like it's some crazy shit. He was being hunted because he did a lot of fucked up shit as well. He had a lot of suspicious events transpire while he was living his life as an eccentric near billionaire. Apparently he even knew like government secrets at the places he was in. And like I said, he quite literally had like a private military at one point, if I remember correctly. So he had a lot going on. And according to him, he was hunted constantly. And it looks like they finally got him because today it was reported that he died in prison awaiting his extradition to the US. They ruled it a suicide, and not too long ago he posted this tweet talking about how we're coming for you, McAfee. We're going to kill yourself. So then he got a tattoo just in case, and then said if he suicides himself, he didn't. He was whacked. Check my right arm. And then he sold chwacked on his website. He made these claims all the time, though. So he's an unreliable narrator because he's made like a lot of claims that aren't accurate, but then just as many that are. So it's really fucking weird. But I do, after talking to him, like he was on our podcast, I find it extremely unlikely he actually killed himself in prison. This really does feel like a Jeffrey Epstein situation. It's super fucking weird. Like prison was like a second home to this guy. He was no stranger to getting arrested. So I don't know why this time it was too much for him. Yeah, it was suicide by hanging. Is what it was ruled. Really fucking weird stuff, man. Rest in peace, John McAfee. What a fucking story. Didn't he fuck whales? He actually talked about that on our podcast. He never fucked a whale. I don't remember why he made that rumor, or why he went along with that rumor, but he never actually fucked a whale. Didn't he try making his own political party? I think so. I'm a little foggy on the John McAfee lore, but I do think so. Didn't he kill someone? We asked him about that too. I don't remember what he said. Fuck. It's been a long time, man. He is reported to have been involved in the murder of at least one person. He said he was framed. Is that what he said? I don't remember. We asked him so many fucking things.